This better work.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are on our way to meet up with my spray foam guys. We're going to spray the bottom of this boat and get her home and start shaving her. So let me put the camera away, drive about another 5 miles, and I'll see you when we get there. Here we are back in the garage. So now we are going to shape this. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through. You already saw I started. I'm going to reveal all the wood. Now I got wood that goes up top. I have a lateral brace right here. And I'm not too worried about the edges right now. So I'm going to go through, reveal all this wood. And I'm just going to be using this bow saw for right now. But I am going to try to switch it up. Hopefully I do not have to use that on the whole thing, because that will suck. Especially because it's really not quite long enough. It's very close. But let me reveal this wood and I'll show you what I'm going to do next, which will hopefully work. Alright, I'm not going to record much of this because it sucks. But basically every 2 inches I'm putting a relief cut. And then I'm just cutting to it. Get the relief cut done, pull the piece out of the way, and you can see we're not killing the wood, so we're doing pretty good. So I am about halfway through this, and this sucks, and very, very, very messy. So let me keep going.
So yeah, today was about as much fun as a sandpaper dildo.
Alright, after we get it all formed, which is messy as shit, we're going to start scraping it down. As you can see, I already started here, because I wanted to see if it would work. So what I did, I just took a stick. This is just a leftover piece of plywood. And I put two 90-degree braces on it. And I ran what's called nichrome wire across it. This is pretty much what it is. It's like 10 bucks for 50 feet. I went with 22 gauge. But nichrome. And I got it hooked up to a battery just with some speaker wire. Battery's dead, so let me plug in the charger and get this thing going. Okay. Now when this wire heats up, it is going to lose some slack. But let me show you what it does to the foam. You can see as it heats up, it starts cutting through it. Let me cut a little square this way. And it takes a little bit to heat up. But it will make it. So, as you can see, I already started here, so I'm going to go through. The more this heats up, the easier it gets, but this is still painstakingly slow. But I think it's going to give us our best finish. And I'm just going to go kind of back and forth like a knife. And we're going to be doing this probably for the next hour or two. We'll see. But yeah, it's going through. All right, you can see we got about a foot in 5 minutes. So, figure we got 16 feet total. With 2 feet done, 14 times 5, we got an hour and 10 minutes if everything goes smooth. Which it won't, because I'm going to remake this tool. I want to make it a little bit longer. I think it'll help me out. See you in a bit. So this side, it took about an hour. And messy would be an understatement. Now I still got to go back and I'm going to sand all this. I'm not sure how I'm going to sand it yet, but I'm going to smooth it out a little bit. You can see it was kind of burning a little bit with the shorter wire, but then when I went to the longer wire, it actually worked out quite nice. So I'm running about, I'd say that's about 3 feet long. So a couple of areas I got to fill in that are low, but actually this will probably be able to taper down. This is just still too high, but I'll get it. Little area here, throw some window foam in. Little area here, no big deal. Nice and easy. So I'm gonna get the other side done and circle back. All right, guys, we are back the next day, and as you can see, we have most of the bottom of the boat hot wired. Now I filled in some of these higher spots with some just regular foam that I had in my truck. I'm gonna get all this cut flush, and then I have to come up with some sort of a way to sand this down to just make it smooth. The hot wire does a pretty good job, but you know, you can see it's still kind of rough. Not that that would matter once it's resin, but I'm gonna go through, get all this foam cut off, and we're gonna make a sander for this. So I ended up making this little hand tool. Just had a spare stick laying around and some 80 grit that I just stapled onto it. This was gonna take me forever. So the new and improved model, I basically just drilled through a Sawzall blade, connected it to some wood, and I got a bunch of these belt sanders and stapled one on. So let's take this for a ride. We're gonna go right here and see how well we can scarf that down. I'd say that's pretty good. And let me spend next 20 minutes doing the rest of this. And yeah, your hand gets very fatigued very quickly. So what worked for me, I used some 60 grit on the little palm sander. And then I went over with the big board, and this came out good. A couple little areas I'm going to fill in, but this is how it started. And this is how it finished. So for the most part, this side is ready for some epoxy. So let's get on that side. All right, we're gonna do a little before and after with my board here. So we're only gonna go in like a foot, and we'll go for about 60 seconds. So you can see just how rough this is. And I already did this side, so let's go. You are not going to get much smoother than that. Let me finish up this corner. We are back, and once again we are working on the waterbed. We're getting this ready to fiberglass the bottom of it. So as you can see, it's pretty smooth. I'm just running like a straight edge down it, and no gap is good. However, if I go up, you can see I start to get a gap right there. So that means in the center is a high spot. So I'm gonna run through, I'm gonna flatten this all out. In the meantime, this is the product I'm gonna be using. Fuhidum epoxy resin. Now, you cannot use regular polyester resin like this. This will absolutely melt the foam. So you have to go with an epoxy resin, which works out good because it's a lot cheaper. 2 gallons of this was 88 bucks, and 1 gallon of that was 60. So as you can see, I got a little test spot going right here. It is not eating the foam, so that is good. Now this stuff does take a while to dry. You're talking like 3 days to fully cure. However, you know, I'm gonna put a coat on, then I'm gonna put some mesh on, then I'll put another coat on. You can coat it within a couple hours, so I'm gonna get the sand and get this flattened down, and then we're gonna mix up some of this. Okay, so first thing I did, I just mixed together a little bit just to try it on some of the deeper parts that I have to fill in. And filling them all in. So now I'm gonna mix up a bunch and hopefully get one coat on this whole thing tonight. And then tomorrow we lay the mesh.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain.
Don't you worry about this little pirate bed here. It's not like we're going for a fleet this summer. Or are we? It is finally time for us to marry this bottom and this top together. So I'm going to go through. I am going to silicone the shit out of this all around the edges. As you see, I cut back about 3 inches of mesh because that's what's going to overlay right up to my tape line, and then it'll all get painted black. Kind of look like a nice ground effect. And I got 2-inch screws that are going to go through here and penetrate into the plastic. And besides the silicone and then the fiberglass holding it on, and I did sand all this and clean it. Had some Gaposaurus Rexes here. Boy, all 4 of these corners. Didn't see it till I turned it over. It'll also be held on by screws that come up from here into the floor. So I think it'll hold. So I'm going to silicone this all up and transfer this bottom onto this top. See you in a minute. So for some reason, this didn't really go as planned. If you see, I got a pretty decent gap here. And I screwed the shit out of this, so I think I'm just going to run around and fill it with silicone and just fiberglass over it. Now it gets, much better the further back we go. But still, pretty substantial. And in the back, it's almost sealed. So let me caulk it up, and that's going to really screw me because I'm going to have to wait for this epoxy to dry before I can fiberglass over it. So I'm going to finish up here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, that absolutely, positively sucked. And now I can't do anything until my caulk gets hard. Caulk gets hard. All right. Remember how I told you to overlap the fiberglass? Yeah, don't do that. This is a complete shit show, and now I'm cutting it all off, and I'm just going to bond like a 4-inch strip onto there. It's going to be way easier. Don't do what I do, folks.
Don't make the same mistakes I did.
All right, we got the first coat of glass on here, bonding these together, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of suck at fiberglass work. So I'm going to sand it, put a second coat of resin on it, see how many hollow spots I got. Hopefully burn through them, and worst case scenario, we're going to get some Flex Seal. But either way, it's getting there. Not well, though. We are back, and we're getting ready to put our final coat of resin on here. So you can see I went through, I cut it all pretty straight. I'm going to drop some tape up here and just resin this up one last time. And yeah, this one's sitting 3 feet in the air. There's my horses. They're flattened. So I'm sure the hooks are through the bottom of the hull, so I'm going to have to repair that. But let me get this all resined up, and we'll flip her over and survey the damage. Well, once again, we got it all taped up. A couple more layers of resin on, and only thing left to do now, besides fix the bottom. We're going to get to that in a minute. But I want to make Phil Swift proud. We're going to Flex Seal the bottom like 4 inches of this thing. So let me get that done. No reason to watch me on camera. Alrighty, as you can see, we got her all flex sealed. Now, the main reason I did this is because now I can see like little pinholes that I have to fill up with resin. Here. It was just too hard before to see. Got a little one right there. So now I'll go through, mix up just a little tiny bit of resin, fill all these up, and then we'll flip it over and check out the damage. This is not good. The hook broke off. There and there. And I guarantee they're stuck in the boat. I'll have to find out when I flip it. Well, considering this thing dropped 2 feet, the damage wasn't that bad. We had a hole there. That's where the end punctured it. And in here, we're going to have an end that's going to live forever. So you can see one end came out. Here, where it snapped. The other end, well, this one, it's living with the boat from now on. So I think one more coat of resin, and then this will be out. Then we're going to start that. So here we are. We just put a final coat of resin on the bottom of this, and this coat of resin, it's basically just going to be to preserve the black paint if this thing runs aground. Not really doing anything structurally, so yeah, next video you're going to see this with a motor on the back of it. So I think this is where we're going to end the video here. However, ending the video here is going to be starting the video here on the plastic pearl. So guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, all that stuff that these successful YouTubers tell you to do. And get off the couch and get in the garage.